all know what the problem is. And the problem is this: in America, people have a First Amendment, they have a right to protest. What happens is when people protest, sometimes there's violence. As a matter of fact, that's how this goddamn country started. Revolutionary War. People had enough of their tea. So protesting is part of America, nor can anyone ever take that away. Yet, when people were protesting back then, they didn't have internet, they didn't have automatic machine guns, they didn't have a lot of stuff. So now we have to figure out, how do we let people protest without rioters? Most people say, well, crack down, more police, more military. Well, that only works short term. Long term, that doesn't work in the democracy. So my idea is this: why not take 0.05% of the police budget and have a new force called peace ambassadors? And what their job is to organize protests in a certain area. They will police the protesters, and they will be the liaisons to the real police when needed. People will have the right to protest without being in fear, but still be protected. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff to work out. City council votes on who gets on these boards, but I believe we need a new force called peace ambassadors who don't hold weapons, but something like a baton wouldn't hurt. Basically, they're as a stopgap between the protesters and the police. Police will still be around, but their presence will be less visible, especially during peaceful protests. We don't need military at peaceful protests. That's un-American. That is my idea. I think we need a stopgap between the police and the protesters, people who are in contact with both sides. And that is how we do things. And that's